I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself, I filled it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan, man. As you can see, Dave is not here with us today. He's actually he's traveling right now, but I got the Commander jersey and I got the fellow, there you go, Cowboy brother next to me, Tomo. What's good, Tomo? How you doing?
Man, I'm feeling better than Kenny Pickett. Say, now let me stop. That's not my bet. I'm feeling good though, man. You know, it's Jersey Fridays. The NFL season is in the all season, but you would have thought we picked up the way the chat's been going. So it seems like some people forgot about the playoffs, saying, "Hey, we here now to talk about that."
You know, me and my Kings, we in Cancun right now, so our mindset, we still in NBA playoff, but we kind of shifted a little bit towards the NFL, you know, so I had I got some hope with the Commander, so I got to throw the jersey on.
Stop the
cap. All right. Man had his hand right by the button. You not going to say something crazy. All right. So look, y'all, before we get started, make sure y'all like this video you're watching. If it's on Facebook, if it's on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also follow us on Facebook. All right. We are streaming live on both platforms and retweet it on Twitter. We on Twitter also. All right. Share this video with somebody that y'all know so they could actually come on and watch live with y'all. Use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down throughout the show. Y'all, I truly appreciate it. Without y'all, the show is not the same. So we need the comments to start rolling. All right. So like the comment section. And Tomo, talk about those IG chats we got going on.
So look, before we go there, I know Dave not here and he gonna kill us if we don't play the drop. So y'all know it's Friday. Some people got paid today, and it's Cinco de Mayo. So y'all already know what time it is when they get off a happy hour. They gonna
turn me up.
Now after the turn up, before the turn up, actually, because you know your fingers may be slippery. You know you eating your nachos and everything, but we need y'all to join those Refuse to Lose chats. So then that way, when you sip a couple brews, you can come in the chats and start talking crazy like we always do. 90% of us seem like we sober, but the way that we be throwing out takes, you would think we had some Mad Dog 2020 inside joke. And if you're on Instagram already, just hit us up at Refuse to Lose Sports. That's Refuse, the number 2, Lose Sports, and just slide in the DMs and say, hey, man, I want to be a part of one of the chats. And you're like, what chat? That's the NBA/WNBA chat. We got the NFL chat, MLB chat, college football, college basketball, men's and women's, and boxing chat. If you want to be a part of all, just drop your name in the DM and say all. We'll add you to each chat. If you want to be in a specific chat, just name the specific chat you want to be a part of, and we'll add you right there. Or if you're on Twitter, hit us up in the DMs there because you don't feel like you want to go over to Instagram and type in everything. Just type in at R2L Sports and hit us up in the DMs there and follow the same steps as above. And if you're on TikTok, same thing. Refuse the number 2 Lose Sports though. TikTok. Twitter's the only one where we're at R2L. We're going to find a way to get our name. But everywhere else, you find us, Refuse the number 2 Lose Sports, all social media platforms. And like Joe said earlier, on all streaming podcast platforms as well.
Let's get it. And also, before we start the show, just want to give a shout out to Teddy, man. Teddy is starting his own baseball show, y'all, called BWT, Baseball with Teddy. All right, updates on when the first episode will air. It will be sometime next week. All right, so like Tom will say, you saw the IG chat name. It's the same name on everything except for Twitter, like he said, R2L Sports. So follow us on those social media platforms, and we'll keep you updated on the first episode, or just come on the actual show. We're gonna announce it on here. All right. So, last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. All right, Tomo, let's get right to business, man. Get right to business. So the first topic we gotta go over. All right. Last night we saw the Warriors versus the Lakers. I know you and Dave picked the Lakers. Well, no. Dave picked the Lakers to win that game, and me and you, we here. We picked the Warriors to win that game. All right. So what happened, man? I mean, the first game came down to a Jordan Poole shot, right? From the pool. And this game 2 was a blowout. So what happened, Tomo? Your feedback on that game?
Do I need to say anything? I mean, if y'all watched the show yesterday, you would have thought Joe had some insider trading was going on, because he was like, look, the Warriors are going to come out. They're going to play better defense. They actually going to be more upset, and they're going to be more efficient. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, I know you all did play the Warriors, and y'all gave them their best challenge, one of their best challenges so far in the playoffs. But did you hop on a flight with Mike Brown and say, hey, man, what's up with the Warriors a little bit? Because you kind of got the strategy down pat for game 2 with the Warriors. It was literally everything you said. And we also going to talk about somebody else making a literal comment that another professional player made later on in the show. They increased their 3-point percentage. I mean, they also got to the foul throw line, the free throw line. Y'all can tell I'm a little Cinco de Mayo over here, but they got to the free throw line, shooting 5 more shots than they did in game 1. So they were 10 for 16 versus their 5 for 6, which is literally a 5-shot increase, but it actually helped. 30-point blowout. You would not expect that after the way AD was being dominant. I don't think Kevin Looney started the game. They said he had something he said he was coming down with an illness or something before the game. You really don't want to get everybody sick, so why you out there playing? But Draymond Green stepped up in a big way. Again, that solid 3, that foundation with the Warriors. When it's time to show up, they always find a way. And Steve Kerr, coaching matters, man.
Yep.
That adjustment, he made that adjustment, and it showed in a major way. So to me, yesterday I was like, I don't know, man. The way they came out game 1, I was a little iffy, but I don't trust Anthony Davis. That's always been my thing. I can't trust Anthony Davis. Warriors, go over there and show them that you can win a road game. Anthony Davis, show up. Joe.
The challenge begins. I like that title. So look, man, you hit it on the nose, man. Coaching. Darvin Ham got his work cut out for him. Steve Kerr is awesome in adjustments. Game 1 is a free fall. It's a let me see what you got. How do you play? Like we gave the spade analogy on the last episode. And the Lakers showed their hand. They were basically playing drop coverage, right? When they run pick and roll, the big really doesn't step up. It sags in the paint to defend the paint and give you the open 3 for real. And the Warriors shot, man, I think they made almost 20 more threes in them in the first game or something like that.
Yep.
And they still lost because, we talked about, the free throw line. And the adjustment Steve Kerr made was this. Number 1, he didn't play Kevon Looney and Draymond Green at the same time. They say Kevon Looney was sick. Maybe that was a strategy. All right, this is our excuse not to start Kevon Looney. We're going to start Draymond Green instead. And then Draymond Green, and then with them only playing one big on the floor, it spread the floor out. Because the other Green, he can shoot. He had a couple of corner 3. He actually played really good yesterday, matter of fact. And so it opens up the whole floor, and it spreads them out where they can't protect the paint because there's so many shooters on the court. All right. And also, they had a lot of backdoor cuts versus just going around screens. They did a lot of things within below the 3-point line. A lot of screens cutting backdoor to get them in the paint in easy buckets. Also, another adjustment they put Draymond Green on Anthony Davis, and he was physical. And one thing we know about Anthony Davis, Tomo, he don't want to play center.
Nope.
And he ain't trying to bang down low. Pause. He ain't trying to do that, right? But Draymond Green, he was physical with him, right? Physical with him, and then actually threw them all. Because we always remember we went down 80s numbers, and we said when he has 20 or more shots, what he was averaging, guess what? Only 11 shots yesterday. And I heard in the press conference that I was getting the same looks I was getting in the last game, but I was just missing. Bro, you only took 11 shots. All right, so don't say you had the same looks. So I think that Steve Kerr, Darvin Ham he made 0 adjustments. I believe that the Lakers will make some adjustments, but Steve Kerr will counter that. That's how you do it. when a team wins 2 games in a row in a playoff series, that just tells you, okay, they kind of got the upper hand in coaching right now.
Mm-hmm.
Upper hand in coaching. All right, so I picked the Warriors to win this in 5. Now it might go 6, but I'm gonna stick with my 5 pick, Tomo. I'm gonna stick with it because one thing about guarding the Warriors, you gotta have good guard defenders, and that's something the Lakers don't have. They don't have guard play at the defensive side. D'Angelo Russell, good offensively, defensively. I don't know. Austin Reeves chasing Clay and Steph all around and got to produce offensively. You see, it's affecting them already. So I'm sticking with the Warriors in 5.
And Dennis Schroeder.
Then he actually playing good defensively. I would.
No,
give
I'm
him
talking about
that.
chasing around on defense
Yeah, he's doing the best job out of all of them.
because he used to it.
Yeah, that's doing offense and defense.
But what you said about AD in his press conference about how he had the same looks from last game, of course he had the same looks. That mean like he was actually looking at the basket and was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna shoot it." So those are the looks he was talking about. So he was right about that part. But 11 shots, come on, man. The inconsistency, the up and down, it's crazy. Like you would have thought if LeBron didn't play game 1 and he played like that, now LeBron is back, then you see the dip in performance. But nah, LeBron was there. So nothing really changed. Just your attitude.
Yeah, whenever LeBron have a good game and AD doesn't, it's like they lose. Yeah, I feel like AD is the guy that got to be leading. And J-Mo right about this comment. Draymond had AD calling for the ball 15 to 20 feet from the basket. He's right about that. He's been like J-Mo said that in the chat. Matter of fact, Draymond is being physical with him. Yeah. And the Lakers were the more physical team the first game. In the playoffs, whoever's the most physical team, Tomo, is normally the team that's going to win. You know, so that's why they lost. And I got the Warriors winning game 3 too.
Hey, I think 6. I'm gonna have to stick with 6 because and LeBron gonna get you one more. I don't see him sitting around letting Anthony Davis just let him lose one game only. I mean, them winning one game only.
We'll see. Can't wait. This has been an entertaining playoffs, man. I'm loving it so far. All right, on to our next game.
It's y'all fault though. Y'all started this. I got to give it to you. Hats off, man. Y'all started this most entertaining series, and now look, everybody got to step it up. Congratulations.
Listen, man. I know you watching Rui, and you like, man, he look good right now. Right off the bench. That's me watching this whole series. I'm watching Golden State jerseys. I'm like, this could have been us right now. I could have been hearing cowbells ringing the whole time, man. It could have been us. Like, one game away, Tomo. One game away. If you didn't know, Kings fan, I know I got a Commander jersey on. They just throw me out every time, Kings fan.
It's funny though, because you've been leaning to that side the whole time. It's like you've been like, nah, I'm good. I'm just
no, nothing to see here. Another thing at all. 1-1-6. All right, so let's go to our next game. All right, another one, man. A crucial game 3, Tomo. Crucial game 3. Phoenix Suns against the Nuggets, man. All right, so the Nuggets, they did what they said they supposed to do, right? They won 8 home games. But what did we just say, Tomo? If you win 2 games in a row in the playoffs, that says a lot on the coaching side. All right. So who's gonna win this game? Suns and Nuggets. So look, man, KD's on the other side, you know, from Capitol Heights. You know, KD basically from Capitol Heights. He Pleasant, shout out. You know, you want to root for the hometown hero. You know, you want to see KD do good. I picked the Nuggets in 6. Tom, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm rolling with the Nuggets tonight, man. Man. So look,
you sound so sad about you being right.
I said 6 though. This don't sound like a 6-game series. So look, game 1, Jamal Murray. It was a Jamal Murray game, right? He had a great series against Minnesota, but he came out game 1 and was like, y'all thought I was just doing that because it was Minnesota? Nah, bro. I'm playoff Murray. Came out, cooked them. 34 and I think 12, I think 9 assists, something like that. Cooked them. Then the next game, played terrible. All right. And a lot of that had to do, he was just missing. Like his first 3 shots were wide open threes, Tomo. He missed all 3 of them. So he was just but at the same time, though, Phoenix kind of upped the intensity. They were way more physical with them.
Mm-hmm.
So Jokic sensed that. And what Jokic say? You know what, Jamal? I got you. Then he went off. I think he had 30, like 36 and 16s, like that, 38, 39. Yeah,
36, I think it was 36, 38. You in that ballpark. Yeah.
something like that, and 16 rebounds, right? 3 offensive rebounds. Now, Jokic, Tomo, think about this. You playing a guy, right? It's 2 teams playing. You got one guy, he's the tallest guy on the court. Tallest guy on the court. He's the biggest guy on the court as far as weight wise. He can shoot, he can pass, right? And on top of that, he's probably the smartest person on the court.
Bruh.
How can you stop that? How? You can't stop Jokic. Like, they have nobody for Jokic. He was literally, Tomo, killing them last game 2, 1-on-1 every time. They can't double because he's too smart. He's too smart. It was one play, he caught the ball on top of the key. And I think it was Bismack Biyombo was on him. And then he just sitting there. KD is on the corner guarding his man. He took one step in, started creeping in a little bit. Jokic's like, whoop, knocked down 3. I'm like, God, there's nothing you can do, man. You can't hesitate when it comes to Jokic. So they don't have an answer for them offensively. The only way, Tomo, I'm going to say it once again, the only way that they're going to beat the Nuggets in a game, Devin Booker and KD got to combine for a minimum of 70 points. They have to. Plus, Chris Paul is out. He's not playing game 3 also. That's going to hurt them. So KD and Devin Booker will have to score 35 each or have a minimum of 70 points. So I'm picking the Nuggets to win this game. Jamal Murray, I don't think he's going to play terrible like he did last game. I know we on the road. The role players normally show up on the road, but what role players do the Suns have, right? So I'm going to roll with the Nuggets, and they're going to have a 3-game lead.
I don't think you was on there. I don't think you was on here that episode when we talked about the recap from that game. But did you know that shout out to my boy Darren?
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Did you know?
We them boys, come on. I'm telling you, Cowboys.
He talking about us. He talking about refuse to lose.
Oh, he said with them boys. He had a Cowboy jersey on. I'm like, I hope
Nah,
he's not
nah,
a Cowboys fan. All right, go ahead. Yeah, I know what I'm
It's a sad stat, but did you know that the Nuggets bench in total is averaging 14 points a game?
Okay.
The entire bench.
Averaging 14 points a game?
Yes, as a collective.
Wow. The Nuggets or the Suns?
The Suns. I'm sorry, the Suns.
Oh my God. I'm about to say, how do you...
No. Murray did that with bad shots. So
Gosh.
when you bring up role players and you say there are none, that right there lets you know. So this goes back to coaching again. The playoffs, of course, players are gonna be players, stars are gonna make stars, but sometimes in the playoffs you need that coach. Oh yeah, that's my man. It's up. But
I hope you didn't see that.
but in the last game they only had 2 people off the bench, and you know how many points they scored?
How many times?
Payne had 2 points. Bismack Biyombo 2 points.
Oh, yeah, 2. Okay.
2 points.
4
That's
points.
not gonna help. And you already want Devin Booker, who now has to be a point guard / scorer because Chris Paul is out. Then you also want Kevin Durant, who has to be the center / Durant to get a combined of 80. That's a tall task when you got a whole team over here. Jokic can get you 40. Murray showed you he can get you 40 if you really want to. So let's just say 25. Aaron Gordon, who's made a jump in this game, can get you at least 20. Don't let Jeff Green come off the bench and get hot. Don't let KCP come off the bench and get hot. So you talking about at least another 12. Put it like this. KCP can score more points than the entire Phoenix Suns bench. So you saying this series can go to 6? I think it's 4. I think it's 4.
Dang.
They have no help.
That's definitely possible though, Tombo. It's not like a bold prediction. Like, I could see that happening too though.
Yeah, so I mean, the Suns give us nothing to defend them with. This is like going to trial with with a murder case, and you're like, well, he's like that he's on YouTube doing the murder. Like, we see your face. Like, we can't win this case. So KD has the hope. KD has a hope like maybe Ghost shows up and they can win this.
To go with your analogy with the murder thing, right? You ever seen that video? Since you got our jerseys on. And the dude, the judge said, "You're here for stealing a Dolphins jersey?" He had a Dolphins jersey on, bro. You had a Dolphins jersey on. Like, come on, man. You caught red-handed. Like, you definitely did it.
And that's
But
what's happening with the coach. Like red-handedly, you have done nothing to get any production from the bench. Kevin Durant can't save this team by itself. That 80 points may help, but Joe, it's like firepower from everywhere. It's kind of like the NFC East in these chats in the NFL and refuse to lose chat versus any other division. It's too many people. Like,
yeah.
you got to come prepared. You got to be Thanos to try to take down the Avengers.
I like. We don't believe you. You need more people.
There we go. That's it.
So look, Tomo, I'm looking at. All right. So look, the thing about the when you play at home, your bench normally shows up. All right. Now, I don't have no idea. I don't know why Terrence Ross is not giving them more minutes. Terrence Ross is explosive, man, offensive.
Yes.
I have no idea why he's not playing. I'm very confused. TJ Warren, I don't know why he's not playing either. Offensively, he can score some points. Y'all already struggling defensively. Like, come on. That's what I don't get. Like when you in the playoffs, and then like he playing games, guys like Wainwright only 2 minutes though last game, but Damian Lee playing 25 minutes. Like, I mean, he's a catch and shoot person, but Terrence Ross is a legit bucket getter. Like, you give him the ball, he can score. He's a scorer. But Damian Lee is a more pest on defense, I would say. That's probably why he's getting more burn. And then you got Campaign. I mean, yeah, Torrey Craig, yeah. But these are guys you can't depend on offensively. So if that's look like his game plan. It's try to get as most the most defensive players in the game around KD and Devin Booker. We're gonna play them 45 minutes, and we're gonna just ride them. We're gonna just hope offensively they take us home while we use these other guys to play some defense. But they need some firepower, man. Like KD shot terrible from the. He's 2 from 10 from 3 last game. They shot bad from the field
That's
last
because
game.
he down there banging with Jokic. Like, that's supposed to be Aiton's job. You notice we never even brought up Aiton, right? Like, throughout all of this, we're done.
8 rebounds. He need more than that. I mean, that's pretty okay, but Aiton got to play more big, man. I'm sorry. So, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Terrence Ross should get more burn. I think he should get more burn.
You know what? I heard this somewhere before we go to the next subject. Someone was like, you can't be mad at Aiton for disappearing. Everything you just said about Joker in the opening about how smart he is, he's like, he just going up against him.
Yeah.
But at least try though.
But like, I mean, he is trying, but it's just that footage when he was watching the rebounding happen. Remember, like that's hurting him. Like footage like come out like that, and they not doubling Jokic because Jokic is a great passer, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. But they just gotta be more physical. That's all they gotta do. Like Aiden gotta be more physical. He has to be a dog. So we'll see. Both need more. Yeah, both need more part.
And that's a wrinkle. And that's a wrinkle in the adjustments right there because they're probably not ready for that.
Stop backing miracles from Aiden. That's funny. He is who he is. Okay.
You're right.
All right, Captain. All right. Listening up. Yeah. Oh my God. He's all right. All right. It's go. Less than a year ago, Tyrone, you were biting your nails about Lamar Jackson. Like this. All right. Let's talk about that. He's a 4th option, Kitty Jasper. All right. Let's go to our next game, man. We got to talk about my man Dave's squad. All right. Dave not here. So, but we're going to talk about Miami Heat versus the New York Knicks. So, we all know what happened for game 1. Julius Randle wasn't out. Miami Heat won in New York. Game 2, Jimmy Butler was out. New York won in game 2. Now in game 3, it's a possibility that everybody's going to be there. Obviously, except for Tyler Hero. But Jimmy Butler will be there. We know Brunson and Julius Randle is there. So, Tomo, who's winning game 3? I know you got the Knicks in 6. Knicks or Miami?
My guy, you in the doghouse.
I got to ride with my pick. I'm going with the Knicks. But I don't like the fact of how they won game 2. Jimmy Butler, you would say Jimmy Butler, no problem, right? You're like, all right, guys, we got Randall back. We got Brunson. Barrett found his confidence. Josh Hawkins, offensive boards. Robinson could do his thing. And then you look over and you're like, Caleb, Struss, Vincent, Kyle Lowry. Man, this should be a walk in the park. Park at that, right?
Easy money time.
But they got no. That's what it was. Easy money die because they thought they was gonna come out there and win something. And they almost lost it. Struss had 17. Gabe Vince had 21 with 5 assists. Bam gave you 15 and 8. Caleb Martin 22 and 8. And I'm talking about rebounds for those guys. I mean, the defensive presence that they brought, everything around, like the intensity that the others from the Miami Heat brought to that New York Knicks starter squad lets me know that Eric Spoelstra is doing the right thing. Because for one, they weren't supposed to beat the Knicks. They weren't supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they weren't supposed to beat the Bucks.
I got you.
Yeah, for the listeners. They got over that hump. So you're like, whew, maybe they're going to rest on their laurels. Nope. They showing up every game, and they're like, we're going to do something. Jimmy not here. Jimmy on the sideline eating popcorn like, man, wait till we get back down South Beach. We're going to show them something. Meanwhile, Brunson, Randall, and Barrett combined for like 79 of the 111 points that the Knicks scored. So they kind of did their thing here and there. But I need more. We need more. When a star player is not playing, you can't come out there lackadaisical like that. You got to go for the kill. And they already stole game 1, which they're not supposed to do on your home court. So you got to go for the kill. New York, stand up and show us that y'all got that intensity, that aggression that y'all used to have, like them rappers in the 90s from New York. Now go down South Beach and run the floor with them. Make sure Jimmy and his, I think he hurt his ankle, right?
Yeah.
Make sure Jimmy got to ice his ankle after this game. I'm not saying clip him up. I'm just saying that you got to run so much that his ankle start hurting. I'm going with the Knicks.
All right, so I'm going with Miami Heat. All right, what was so intriguing for game 2? You go. I don't get. Let them lose. All right, get Miami out of there. I'm tired of they throwing these Cancun shots. All right, New York, stand up. But look, Miami. So when I was intrigued by game first, like we've been talking about it all show so far. When you win 2 games in a row, then your coaching is good, right? So we know Eric Spoelstra is a better coach. All right. I feel like he's a better coach than Thibodeau. I think Thibodeau is a good, not X's and O's guy, but a good, I'm gonna have you ready to play and play hard type guy.
He's a coordinator.
Yeah. Spoelstra is kind of both. All right. So you look at game 1. Miami won that game, but they were up. No, New York was up at one point, but Miami in the fourth quarter, they kind of took over that game and never looked back. Game 2, right? Miami had control and New York took over, but this was intriguing to me. With the backups, Tomo, Miami only turned the ball over 6 times the whole game. That's really good. Normally, when normally turnovers come because you don't have your star player, the guy that normally has the ball in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
These are the backups in the game, and they had 6 turnovers the whole game to New York's 10 turnovers. And magically, Miami is shooting okay from 3 since the playoff. They shot 34%. 34% the last game. Now, rebounding, we know that's New York bread and butter. They out rebounding them 50-34, or New York got 11 offensive rebounds. So that's something that Miami has to cut down. But coming back to Miami, Jimmy Butler possibly coming back after losing game 2 with the adjustments that Eric Spoelstra going to play, Miami's going to win this game. If the Knicks win this game, then I won't be shocked, but I'll be kind of surprised. And then I'll be like, okay, New York, I see y'all. And then David, if New York win this game, David should be worried. There's no way they should lose this game because we both feel as though probably Jimmy Butler is a better player, best player in this what's the name? In this series. They got a better coach. They playing at home. Jimmy making his return, and they just lost. So everything got Miami W written all over it. So I'm going with Miami.
Hey man, there's a song out by a young lady. I think her name is Scarlett, and it start off like, "I'm from New York. What I look like saying good morning." So I need that energy, Knicks. Come on.
Let's go, New York. Y'all hear him? Y'all hear what he said? Hey, get that W, New York. I pick Miami, but get that W, New York.
Yeah, I need the cast to be all in Cancun.
Exactly. And then they come on with his jersey. So forget that. He wear that Miami shirt and them shorts. You know, he wear them shorts on Wednesday. Monday.
And it's in reverse, you think? Because last year you was the first one in Cancun for the football season. Then it was me. Then it was Dave.
No, Dave keep being the last one standing there.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to fix this, man. He in the comments talking about something. Me enjoying Cancun. Like, he turned
Yeah,
up.
man. Yeah, Randall's playing tonight. Shout out to Teddy once again. Yeah, he's definitely playing tonight. Randall, Knicks are good. We concerned about Jimmy Butler. And they play tomorrow. They don't play tonight. They play tomorrow. All right, Tomo. So I'm gonna let you. This is your segment right here. There's some drama going on between CeeDee and AJ. AJ started though. CeeDee ain't really caused no drama. It's really AJ. Tell the people what's going on.
So I don't know where this came from, but from what I'm hearing, it's like I think Pro Football Focus did a comparison. You know, I think they're trying to get their ratings up. So they gotta, what's gonna get the ratings up. You gotta bring up a cowboy. But what's the hottest team in the NFL right now? You think it's the Chiefs, right? Because they won the Super Bowl. But nah, it's the runner-up, the Eagles. They kill exactly. They killing in the draft. They killing in free agency. How are we getting hate from other executives? Shout out to the "You Done, Son." But and Georgia scouts, they just like send them on up to Philly. They want to play football, send them to Philly. AJ Brown's getting upset. I guess he's seen this come out and he went on Twitter and he wanted to say a little bit and he wanted to, let me bring this picture up for us. And I wish we could like zoom in. But basically what AJ Brown said was, and he sounds like a fellow member of Refuse to Lose, the network and the family. Sounds like Kev. He was basically saying, stop comparing me to CeeDee Lamb. He basically plays in the slot. Compare him to Cooper Kupp or somebody like that. I play both outside and inside. He later then deleted the tweet. But we're in the social media world. Somebody got the notifications on. They screen grabbed that. And then CeeDee, I guess it landed in his lap somewhere, and he was like, "What's this? Hey, I can play both. So stop all that. Basically, stop the cap."
Exactly.
Now, which leads me to this. We can take this now. We can go back to like having a casual conversation. When you're a wide receiver, your tool belt is supposed to be full. Meaning you can run multiple routes, you can play from multiple positions on the field. You could be known as a person with good hands, or you can be known as a route runner. You could be known to. When you think of Devontae Adams, you think of he runs crisp routes and he can catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You think of DeAndre Hopkins, you think of the same thing. Then you have guys like Des Bryant, who's known for like red zone targets, jump balls, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to do a comparison of who's who, there is no comparison. So I understand where AJ Brown was going with that one. You can't compare the two because we're not actually physically the same. But if you want to ask who's the better receiver, it's CeeDee Lamb.
Woo!
Now, as a scout, Joe, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay, I'm listening.
You see AJ Brown, everything that his abilities. We're not talking about numbers right now. We're just talking about abilities. You see him on like, okay. And then you see CeeDee Lamb. If you were starting a team, which receiver are you taking?
AJ Brown, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to ask. That's good. It's good for content. Now tell me why you're taking AJ over CeeDee.
I think AJ is more. All right, AJ is a more physical receiver. AJ could do everything. He could play in the slot. He could play on the outside. AJ got better ball skills as it seems so far. So I would take AJ. I really would. Right now, CeeDee, I mean, he had a breakout year last year. He had 1,000 yards the year before. I like CeeDee. CeeDee is a good, I think CeeDee's better without the ball. With the ball in his hands. He can create in open space. CeeDee is better. But I think overall, AJ is a better receiver.
Okay. AJ missed the 2 routes himself. I see what you're doing there. But, at the end of the day, it's opinions. I'm taking CeeDee over him because of what I just said in the beginning, all the list of intangibles that come with the receiver position. He can play in the slot. He can go outside. And he can possibly run the ball out of the backfield. I'm not saying he's like Debo, but I've seen him do that as well. Now, it's a matchup. It's a matchup nightmare. Meanwhile, with AJ Brown, you're just like, well, I know he's going to be here. And we could either roll coverage over there, or we can trust our corner to go one-on-one because either he's going to run a 9 route or a slant or maybe a drag. When you think of CeeDee Lamb, you're like, Is a linebacker really gonna check him from the slot? Because I mean, now we have to have a safety over the top. But if he goes outside, we're gonna have to roll somebody over because he can either go in motion and make something happen. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of what my man was really trying to say.
Okay.
Plays from the slot. CeeDee Lamb has played a lot out of the slot. I'll give him that. He was right there. Last season, he had 659 plays from the slot. It's about 60% of the plays when he was out there. 291 plays from the outside. Now, if you look at AJ Brown, he had 400 plays from the slot. It's 35%. On the outside, 558. Total yards with AJ Brown, he had 1496. So we're gonna round it up and say 1500 yards.
Okay.
CeeDee Lamb, 1359, but you also got to think he played like 5 or 6 games without his starting quarterback. He really took off once Dak got back. He's 9 touchdowns to AJ's 11. So when we're looking at numbers, they kind of about the same. But if we talk about percentage from playing from the slot, AJ Brown was correct in that. But we can't compare the two. When he said we really can't compare the two, you're right, because you're not the number one receiver. CeeDee Lamb is. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he was right on both aspects. Don't compare me to him because I play both outside and in, which you can't say that. If you look at the numbers, he's like 50% on 400 in, 500 out. So that makes sense. And CeeDee is like 600. Majority of his passes was in the slot. But matchup nightmare because CeeDee Lamb was the number one receiver on the Dallas Cowboys. And technically, he was the only receiver at times because Michael Gallup was hurt. Noah Brown was like our 5th string wide receiver. Meanwhile, if you go over to Philly, everybody was practically healthy all year until the quarterback got hurt.
Dallas Goddard got hurt too.
Yep. But we talking about if we think about receivers, Devontae was there all year, AJ was there all year. At the end of the day, we talking about number ones versus number twos.
Oh my gosh. All right. I mean, the Eagles were weird last year. All right. So like AJ, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's number 2. You feel me? I'm not gonna say that. Like now, Devontae Smith is a good receiver, and he made some. Devontae Smith was that guy, or I would say this: AJ took the roof off. You know, he had those big plays downfield and all that stuff. He was the scariest one. Let me say that. AJ was a guy who was the scariest one. Devontae made some key plays though, like when momentum was needed or something like that. You know, like AJ was like, all right, I'm putting a candle on a cake. Boom. That was AJ. Like he was actually in the show. But I mean, I think AJ is better than CeeDee though. And I don't think AJ is a number 2 receiver. I don't. But you do have a point though. CeeDee was the ultimate number 1 on the Cowboys. So CeeDee literally had the most attention when you play the Cowboys. Like he was a guy that you had to focus on, him and Tony Pollard, right? But then when you play the Eagles, you don't 100% focus on AJ Brown. AJ Brown is one of the guys because you got Devontae Smith and you got Jalen Hurts' legs plus Miles Sanders and crew in the backfield. So I would say that CeeDee does probably receive more attention than AJ. But you look at AJ in Tennessee. I mean, I probably took that AJ over CeeDee too. I'm sorry. But he had Derrick Henry. So, but he was in the receiver.
Hey, at the end of the day, I'm not here to kill your opinion. I'm not here to sell my receiver on you. I'm just here to throw out the numbers because AJ was, at the end of the day, I said he was right about certain things. It's just the way he was looking at it.
And look, I ain't here to defend AJ. All right, so supposed to know that. I ain't here to defend AJ. Now, one more time, right? For people who's new to the show and all that stuff, because you've been on this, AJ is a number 2 receiver. He's not a number 1 receiver. What's your main reason of saying that? Like, a lot of people probably looking at you like, come on now, AJ, 1,400, look at the numbers, 1,400 yards, 9 TDs. Yeah, 11 TDs. 11 TDs?
11, yep.
11 TDs. How is he not number 8 on the best team? Like, he's arguably the best receiver on the best team in the NFC. How is he not the number 1? How is he not number 1 receiver?
Again, to me, everyone now, and there may be a guy somewhere in a cave in the middle of no man's land who was watching AJ Brown when he was with the Titans. No one's ever brought up AJ Brown when we talked about the top 10 receivers until he got selected by the Eagles, i.e., of course, more attention. But that goes back to my argument a little bit of why the NFC East is the NFL, because no one was talking about this guy till he got there.
That's true. I wasn't.
Secondly, the plays that he make don't really jump off the screen to me. It's just like okay. I don't really see him getting double teamed that much. People would say, oh, they have to roll coverage over there because he's AJ. I'm like, not really. Most of the times I've seen him play. The only game I seen him play last season where he was double teamed was the Steelers game. Everything else, they was like, we're going to trust our either number 2 corner or our best corner to check him. And when the best corner did check him, he went MIA in those games.
Oh.
So, again, if he's your number 1, he's going to make that play when it's time to be – his number's going to be called when it's time to make the play. And anytime I watched the Eagles game and they needed a play to be made, they was going to Smith. Anytime they needed a gadget play, they was going to AJ.
Okay, I got it. Now, I will say this, though. All right? Once Dak Prescott came back, CeeDee was consistent. He was real consistent. But so was AJ, though. Like, AJ was consistent, too. I mean, until he played Washington. I mean, I'm just sorry, Kev. Sorry. You only had one catch the whole game and a fumble. I'm sorry. But I would still take AJ, but CeeDee is on the rise, though. Like, AJ, I'm not going to say that he peaked out. He definitely didn't peak out, but AJ had way more opportunities than CeeDee's have had. This is CeeDee's really first time. Like, you're the guy. We're going with you, number 1. And he showed out. He had a good year. So this year is really going to explain a lot. It's going to be AJ's second year with Philly, all right? And it's going to be CeeDee Lamb's second year as a number 1 receiver. So this year is going to really tell. And he got more help. He got Brandon Cooks now. So this year is going to see where these two stand. Hey, maybe you and Cash do a side bet or something like that. I don't know. This is something to think about.
Look,
something to think about.
If we ranking the wide receivers in the NFC East, we all say who's number 1, right?
Who's that?
Your guy. They gonna go with Terry. The world's gonna say Terry's the best receiver in the division.
The numbers don't show that, but we all know Terry Heineke is quarterback
because he didn't have a quarterback. He never had a quarterback. So we're gonna see what happened with Sam Howell. And then that's when 2 to 3 kind of it's always a debate. Is it CeeDee or is it AJ? Right? To me, I would say why y'all keep disrespecting Devontae Smith because technically he's the number 1, but everybody want to throw out AJ again because of the trade. So look, we're gonna see, man. This year gonna show improve. The debate is funny within these two teams and in the division is because everyone's now crowning Jalen Hurts as the best quarterback in the NFC because all the other quarterbacks are gone. All the great quarterbacks are in the AFC, but everyone's saying Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback because of what he did last year. Meanwhile, if you roll it to the wide receiver class, it's the CeeDee Lamb situation. They want him to be the best because of the one season. So both teams got something to prove.
And real quick, I want to address his comment. He said that his point is they need to move CeeDee around so teams won't key in on him.
That was a bad comment.
So, all right, number 1, we talk about this in the chat. You want to do what's best for your team, obviously, right? Let's start there, all right? And obviously, CeeDee is not as physical as AJ Brown, you know? So what AJ Brown is best at is not going to be what CeeDee is best at. You feel me? Like CeeDee is more, like I said, he get the ball in open space, he's going to make a play. Like CeeDee is dangerous. He's a punt returner for real. So, but AJ is not that. Like AJ is more of a
street shark. Remember the cartoon Street Sharks?
I don't think you ever said that about him. That's your first time saying it.
Because I just thought about it.
Right. So, you know, it's so like, I mean, 2 different receivers at the end of the day, man. You know, like AJ is more of a physical receiver. You know, like, you know, he's a big swole. They call him Swole Batman for a reason. And CeeDee is more of a go ahead. I
would like to debate more like with him and Smith because their games are almost similar. Him and Devontae Smith. I would see that. 2 number 1s. Yeah.
I will say this one when Commanders played on, we worried about Devontae Smith.
That's the league, but no, everyone wants to call me insane.
When I watched the game, I'm like, dude, Devontae, bro. Like he called it like, in Philly, he called a touchdown
in the Super Bowl,
and in DC, AJ Brown scored 2, but Devontae hit that one catch in the Super Bowl. Devontae had I think he had a catch in the Super Bowl too. That was like, oh, God, that should have been a flag. It should have been incompletion, but yeah.
Oh, okay, Kev. I can get 6 touchdowns and make the top 100. What number was he in the top 100? Derrick Henry was the highest player, right? Like, come on, man. What are you saying?
Yeah, Devontae nice. Heisman as a receiver. And for everybody talk about my man Emmanuel by being undersized, don't forget your boy was undersized too coming to the NFL, Devontae Smith. And my man, and he flourishing. So my man Emmanuel.
It's
Interception
gonna be up.
received.
This season is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good
Yeah.
one. But my closing statements on this is
Okay.
I really want y'all to realize that the Eagles are just that's annoying. We've never heard AJ. We never heard this much about AJ Brown. We never even heard this guy talk. Now he out here passing out tissues on camera. You want to tease people? Just stop it, man. This is why nobody likes that green and black. Not, oh my goodness.
Even though we got green and black in the background.
I mean, I said that. I said that green and black.
But I didn't address the actual situation. AJ, like I'm not gonna say he ties his own opinion, but what was the point of saying that? Like I don't know what the point of saying that. Like for him to say that, he literally had to try to take a shot at CeeDee. That was literally a shot at CeeDee.
Yeah,
because people compare all the time. Like somebody gonna compare Steph Curry to some random person. Like I don't know. Like somebody might say Gabe Vincent, man, he looked like Steph Curry tonight. Like Steph Curry coming out. Don't compare me to Gabe Vincent. Compare him more to like, it's like, bro, like I don't know what was the point of that, other than him taking a shot at CeeDee. And so CeeDee need to take that personal and remember that when they play the Eagles. And that's my Jack. Wasn't he cooking the Eagles?
That's what I'm trying to say here. They don't understand, but every time AJ Brown go up against Trayvon, it's night. You know what I mean?
Like that one catch from Trayvon doing that when he building that double move.
That's it. If it ain't a double move, Trayvon got it locked up. Seat belts.
Kevin, he said it because I sent him the script.
We see, but I want to say this though, because Carl gonna go back and listen. That also was a shot to Cooper Kupp, which we also really don't understand why, because the disrespect for Cooper Kupp. That's why we know Kev actually sent him that tweet. I literally read that and thought it was Kev's tweet until I seen AJ Brown was up there. I was like, wait, this sounds too much like what Kev, like the narrative he goes with. I don't understand.
Man, Carl made a great point in the chat. He said, we all talked about how it's a new era. I mean, you're going to do what's best for your team. It was best for the Rams. Just move Cooper Kupp around and find the best match. That's smart.
That's what any team.
But guess what? Cornerbacks don't follow everybody. Does Darius Slay follow every other best receivers?
Nope.
He goes where it's best for their scheme defensively. So does Cooper Kupp offensively. So we can't knock receivers that get moved around, but we're not gonna knock the corners who don't follow. Because no corner really follow, but only a few. Like PS2, he follows most of the game. Now there's times they run zone and stuff like that. Oh man, a man zone, and he's sitting in his section, whatever. But most of the time, PS2, he following. Or what's his name? My man Salt, and even Sauce is not really following people because they got the other corner on the other side. So if we're gonna knock the receiver, we got to knock the cornerback too.
Yeah, and the one time Trayvon tried it, Cooper Kupp had a 79-yard touchdown on a drag route, but at least he tried.
And that was on Trayvon. Trayvon had an outstanding year. That's probably the only player that really burnt up. What's the name? Trayvon last year, for real.
Yeah. And I'll give you this. AJ Brown did have a big touchdown in the Super Bowl, but some people would say if you were a Chiefs fan, if you're looking at it from the opposite side, it was a rookie cornerback who looked too early. If he played that properly, that wouldn't have been a touchdown. But that was a big play. He is. He gonna kill you on a slant route or a 9 route. I promise you that. You got to be prepared. Everything else, I'm asleep.
Yeah, he did. Okay, like Slay follow your boy Jets. He did though.
It's Kirk Cousins. He knew Kirk Cousins was gonna give him one. Yeah.
Monday Night Cousins. All right, so let's wrap this up. That was a good segment, Tomo. I'm glad you got that off your chest. All right.
Hey man. Now they got something they can run with, because they definitely gonna be like, oh, so Joe, remember you said this about AJ?
Well, we're gonna see. All right, I can't wait to see them start, man. Let's look at the jersey on. All right, y'all, that was a great one. Like this video on Facebook, on YouTube. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, also follow us on Facebook. We are streaming on both platforms. Like us on Twitter, like the video on Twitter also, and retweet it, share it, so people that missed it, they can go back and watch it. Also, appreciate y'all for using that comment section. Y'all been lit in the comments. We appreciate y'all. Y'all always here. I mean, we knew we were going to see Kev in this segment, and he showed up and showed out. All right.
Like Batman. Literally, like
exactly.
Like Party City.
Like it's like a Batman, like he said. All right, so appreciate y'all. And Tomo, one more time, talk about those IG chats we got going on.
I'm gonna bring this up right quick for anyone that's watching. Ty and Darren was having a back and forth about the NFC East and the AFC North, and Ty was like, "Hey man, are you in the chats there?" And then he said, the next thing Tyrone said was, "If not, join the NFL chat and say that nonsense." So that's just a little bit of like where the debates go after the show. Literally, they go from the comments right into the chats. And you all know where the chats are located. For the new listeners, they're on Instagram at refuse the number 2 lose sports. Refuse the number 2 lose sports. Refuse to lose sports on Instagram. And again, you hit us up in the DMs, or you can hit us up in the comments under one of the many of shorts that we've been dropping. Hats off to you, Joe, man. My man Joe took the social media page to another level. So you could drop your name in the comments there, or you just drop the chat that you want to be a part of. You can say NBA/WNBA chat, or you can say NFL, you can say MLB, college football, college basketball, both men's and women's, or you can say boxing. Whatever platform you're on, you can hit refuse to lose sports up. If you're on Twitter, that's R2L Sports. But any other platform, Facebook, TikTok, if you're on YouTube, you can drop your name in the comments here and just tell us what chat you want to be a part of. And hey, maybe one day what you're debating about will be on the show. Oh, I forgot. Shout out to Vaughn in the parlay chat. We were talking about making side bets earlier. So we got shout out to Vaughn for creating that parlay chat. Because if you want to drop in there and try to get rich, you can join that parlay chat as well. He's the admin, so he got to add you. You got to go through Vaughn to get into that chat. But again, we appreciate everyone that's been in the comments, and we appreciate everyone that's been joining. Again, I said chat joiner of the year. Rookie of the year is Jerry. So shouts out to you because he got in the chat and just took off. You'd have thought he was a part of the team since we started.
Facts. So. And speaking of Jerry will be making his debut on BWT Baseball with Teddy. Shout out to Teddy. There you go. For starting a baseball show. Only baseball, y'all. So all the baseball fans, y'all got to tune into this. We're going to announce when the debut of the show is coming out, which will be next week. So stay tuned on social media, like Tomo mentioned, social media, or just tune in on the shows because we're going to announce it live on the show also. All right. So that's all we got right there. So let's get some last words in. Tomo. Commanders. Before Commanders, though, my NBA Finals pick, Celtics, looking good right now, and the winner between Kings and Warriors. Looking good right now. I'm feeling confident about the Warriors. I'm feeling confident about the Kings. I'm sorry, the Kings Celtics. All right, and then Steph win.
The wound is still fresh.
Yeah, man. It is though, man. It's God. Who you like the Kings? Oh, wait, don't remind me, man. They had a good year. I know we did, but but anyways. But look, I do want to say this my last word. If the Warriors get to the NBA Finals, my ceiling for the Kings was NBA Finals. So the Warriors get there and without playing a Game 7, that would make you think that the Kings would have got there, right? I'm just saying. So Warriors, I need you to run the table. Run the table. 5-1 against the Lakers. Go against Denver. Beat them in 5. I want you to run the table so I can say we are the only team that took the Warriors to 7 games. I want to hear Draymond after they win and say, "Who's your toughest battle?" Some Sacramento Kings, man. I want them to say that. So keep hope alive. Come on, Warriors. I'm rooting for y'all. Let's go, Commanders.
You need to clip that up and send that to your boy, the GM for the Kings. I know you met him at that Nets game. Clip that up and.
Oh, my bad. Shout out to Monty, Executive of the Year also. Shout out to my man Monty McNair. Javon thought it was the Lakers GM. I forgot his name. What's his name again? It's Kobe's old agent, Palinka, because he cleaned up his own mess. He dropped Kool-Aid and took a mop and mopped it up, and then he thought he gonna get it. Nah, bro, that's not how it works.
That's the Wizards motto. That's how they do it. they get all these bad players or players that's supposed to help them. Like, oh, All-Star break, we can make a playoffs and just trade them all off and like, what? Look, we did a great thing. But yeah,
nah.
Last words, man. Hey, the season is ramping up, man. I see all my boys working out. My boy say he putting on some muscle so he can become the next Von Miller. I'm not gonna say no names, but hopefully it works. Hopefully it works out in his favor. And the CeeDee AJ comparison debate, we know it's gonna keep going on. And if anybody want to prove me wrong, jump in the comments and jump in the chats, man. I'm here all day to defend my Cowboys. If you know anything, you say anything about my quarterback, I'm here. Cardo, I'm not jumping in the bet, but I got your back, bro.
Man. Oh yeah, speaking of bet, me and Javon got a bet too, and that same bet with Cardo. You want to know about that bet? Into the chat. All right, so that's all. Hold up, we got okay. I don't know what that means. Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, that's a little whoa.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That's all we got for y'all today, and we'll see y'all on Monday.
Oh, you want to join the show? That's what that means.
Don't man. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't see his camera on. I mean, I'm
don't see his
confused.
camera. Your camera on, Joe. No. Oh, all right. There you go. You just want to say turn?
What's happening?
Say travels. Good luck to y'all.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Turn it up.
Bad luck for y'all on Saturday.
Hey, Nation, Tomo, you're going to be mad. I'm telling you, you're going to be upset.
I got bigger fish to fry right now. I mean, I got bigger birds to cook.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, cook the birds for me.
Let's get it.
All right.
All right, y'all. That's all we got for y'all today. And we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.